Good morning, welcome back to the channel. We're still in cotton harvest. We had a good day yesterday. I didn't film, just didn't film, but finished this farm I'm about to drive by. We ended up with 12 modules, a couple small ones in there because we had to fit the last spot in 3 small modules instead of 2 big ones. It was a little windy, so went for that, but 156 acres I believe here, 12 modules. How much cotton is that? I don't know, 10 or 11 bales to the module, except some are smaller. I don't know how this is making. I haven't had anything ginned yet, so I just got one field picked up the other day. They may pick up the first field I stripped today, but it's still a ways away from ginning. So this field's a wrap. Ephesians 3:20. Definitely, I mean, still stripped clean, but more cotton on the ground from just the rain. This is what we stripped before. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but somewhere right around these modules is where we started stripping. Yeah, I can see a distinct difference in just the amount of cotton that's on the ground. Just part of it getting rained on and wind, and who knows, maybe even hail. It rained quite a bit. So got those all tarped. Family came and helped rake and paint and do all that. And here's our baby ones. They still worth money though. So got that field done, got moved over here to Graceland, our last farm. The equipment's sitting over there, I don't know if you can see it at a distance, but that's 151 acres. We won't finish today, but we'll put a dent in it, hopefully. Humidity's dropping already, so if I can get stuff cleaned off quicker or got out here a little faster, we maybe could start it sooner, but I didn't because, it's cold and I'm tired, all those things. But I'll get to it. So I brought a bunch of tarps, see, and just easier for me to grab them. Even though the minivan is very capable, I decided to just grab a whole bunch of these, and very inefficiently I'll show you how to do this over here on this builder, my builder. It's got this little spot for him. I don't know if that's what it's intended, but it's a great spot. So I'm gonna put, I don't know how many I got, 7-ish. I'll put 4 on mine because they're easier to put there. Why 7? I don't know. Just, there was 1 open, there's 2 in a package, and I grabbed the single plus 3. So if we got going today, we could possibly do 6 if all things go well. So I got 7. With some room to spare. So I'm gonna put those up and then go work on the strippers. Man, I think it was pretty windy yesterday. I don't think I'm gonna blow out with the big blower. I'll look it over. May as well just use the compressed air because I for sure need to hit the radiators. I didn't do that yesterday. I wasn't going to change or blow off with the blower, but I might as well get the big stuff off. So I got all the shields off. I'm not going to climb up top because it's not very bad. When we have a good wind, it keeps a lot of that clear. So the deck's pretty clean. I may just kind of sneak up the ladder and blow some of it off, but biggest issue is just getting the radiators and the engine compartment cleaned off. So I'll do the big stuff with the blower and then come back with the other compressed air. For the allergies, very dirty glasses. See if I can be a little more graceful this time. Oh, I didn't choke it. Okay. Well, I'm about done with all this. I just found an issue. There's this shield that shields things. Dad said it's an air deflector shield. His didn't have one. He added it to try to keep air away from the alternator. And that ear just broke off. I already took the bolt out, so I'm gonna try to. And that piece of that ear stuck. So not a very good design, but it is what it is. So I'll put that back on there, and we'll come up with, I think, some pieces. His has some little pieces of angle iron. That's a way better solution. Okay, that side, I can't reach it from here. I'm hoping I can reach it from the other side. I'm not sure that's going to be any easier. Shoot. Okay. I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you. I got it out. So, see, that was starting to crack itself. So we're going to do something better. Probably drill a hole like right there, and then just do an angle piece of thicker metal, that because this top part's plenty stout when it bolts to, and then put a thicker backer bolted into that on both sides is what I think we'll do. I'll show you how to. I was able to reach it decently well. It was this guy right here. The shield was in the way, obviously, so, just get creative. All right, my stripper is good, except for I need to grease the drive line and these raised basket cylinders, these things on both sides. Do that on both both strippers. And I think I got all my shields on now. Check over my brushes inside the cleaner, the saws. Dad adjusted his some. He thought it was leaving too much cotton in the burr trail, which I think it was, but I thought it was more of that. Some of the bowls that we were stripping before they were just ending up on the deck behind because they were heavy. They were dropping. They weren't going through the cleaner. But now that since the rain, things have dried open more, so those are still not very good bowls, but they're open enough where they're light enough that cotton's getting into the cleaner, and it's just knotty and not very good, and it's getting kind of chewed up. That's my guess. Also, the brushes will need to be changed at some point. That's why I have a set in here, another set at the barn, but we'll see. If I need to adjust mine, I will. If not, we'll roll. Okay, let's take a look. Two shields. distracted. Dirty over there. Okay. Here's the cleaner. Main brush. I think I could probably bring that just a hair closer. I think that's an 18, so I need to go get my 18. And then, yeah, that small brush down there. Probably can get a little closer as well. I set these all beginning of the season. And, oh yeah. Okay. So, we'll see how it strips, but if I can notice any difference over here, new farm, but definitely should get a little bit. A little bit closer. Okay, 15, 18, and then this is a goofy one. This one you have to go, it's through this right here, and I can't remember what size that is. Inch, 15/16. What is that? I think it's an inch. See that truck? That's one of my modules. It's purple. So, getting my parents' farm taken out today, and I don't know how far back they are and getting stuff out, but getting some of it out today. Okay, I guessed wrong. Well, I may have guessed right, but I grabbed the wrong wrench. So it was definitely not an inch. What? Inch is way too big. 15/16 doesn't want to fit. That and a 24 are the same. Well, maybe it's a 24. Or well, we'll see if I ever get that off. I swear. Unless that's boogered a little bit. Okay. I need to, let's see. It's these two. So we go by these slots. See the slot? You maybe can't tell, but there's a slot there, and I got a little bit more play. Loose but not too loose is the goal. Oh man. Okay. Okay, now use my hammer. I may have gone too far. That's about all I got for adjustment. So that's the idea. Just loosen it, bring that brush closer into contact with that. That's too much. I'm going to move that back some. Alright, I got this one done. Stinker of it is I have to, this has a bolt through that you got to get through back here. But loosening that, you mess with the tension on this belt. So trying to get this in the same spot it was to get that belt good tension. So I think I like that saw brush better. Okay, I think that's the hardest one. At least that's my memory. So let's go down and do these. Well, this one is. Now all of a sudden that doesn't look as bad, but I'm going to move it a little bit. All right, brushes are adjusted. I can't really move this small one anymore. All right, I moved it a little bit, but I'm out of room on that. So these bottom two on mine will need to be replaced soon. I'll have to look at Dad's, but this one, while it looks okay, there's not a lot of life on it either. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to probably replace them at some point during the season. Man, just a lot to get going. So I'm ready now. Now it's noon. It's just part of it. The humidity's just now, not long ago, dropped to below 50%. So I haven't wasted any time. It's all stuff that needs to be done, but it just takes a long time to get 2 strippers going by yourself. Thankful to have 2 strippers and that Dad's willing to run his. So I'll keep getting it ready as long as he's willing to work. He's at the barn. He's getting what's he doing? We gotta change the oil leak on that A260. He's gonna probably go out of town, do some. My sister's had a baby, and there's lots of family stuff, good stuff. But Mom and him may go see some of her family tomorrow. And anyways, I told him you should go. Like, I can keep going. And there's also slight, small chance of rain, but also could be humid tomorrow. And so it could be a chance for me to do work on that oil leak while he's gone. Well, we've got this old fuel pump, electric fuel pump, like fuel, like for a diesel tank, gas tank. Dad used it long. It's probably 50 years old now, but it works. He checked it, he tested it, it works. He had to do a little bit of rewiring on it. He said we're going to find out if it can pump oil instead of not just diesel, with it being thicker. That's a long story to tell you. Is he's doing that so that if he is gone tomorrow and I can't strip, I can work on that. I have to drain the hydraulic oil and pump it back after I fix it, and instead of hand cranking it, thought, well, that could be a lot faster, a lot easier. So that's what he's working on. He'll be here shortly or whenever he gets here, but for now I'm gonna go strip cut. We're at this field called Graceland. I don't really know what to expect here. First through, I don't know. It's not as strung out as my farm was, but this was not defoliated. But it looks, I don't know, it looks decent again first through. Not a great testament. This part's a little drier, but I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Too early to tell. These are longer rows, so I'm hoping we can make a basket in one round. If not, we're going to leave a bunch of shorts at the end, which is fine. We just have to do more driving. Which is more driving, it's more packing. Time driving is not time stripping. So we'll see. If the cotton's really good, we may not make it very far at all in a round, but I'm going to attempt a round and we'll see how far I get. Well, I can't make it. I can't get the alarm to go off with packing it with my main compactors. So I guess I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, we've done it before. I can go back and strip these short rows in at the end. Because Dad can only go one way. Like, so he'd have to drive. He could strip down one way, but he'd have to drive empty to come back because I've got all the rows, which is the point. I could strip either direction. So I think that's probably what's best. We don't want to build any modules on that end. We could put one builder down there and one down here and dump every every through, which if it gets that good, I guess we can do that. But there's some real bad washouts there on the turn row there. That Dad cleaned up the turn row for me, but he couldn't get the, a lot of it was in the cotton, and he couldn't get all that. So I'm gonna think about it a little bit more, but I'm thinking I'm gonna set this builder here, and I think I'm going to keep, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep stripping rounds and get as far as I can. I think that's best. My cleaner, my basket full alarm is this little nope, it's full, so you can't see it very good. Right in here, there's a little that thing, and it just when it's clicked, it's just a switch, and once cotton starts building up like that, which I can fit a little more, but not a ton, it beeps at you over and over again, telling you basket's full. Well, I'm gonna be a minute getting this module builder set. Don't want that beeper to go out, because that beeper also tells you different things if something's wrong. And if that beeper is just beeping all the time at nothing while I'm getting the builder set, could wear it out. And if I don't look up, I could have an alarm light on, but the beepers wore out and I wouldn't know it. That'd be bad. Is that gonna happen? I don't know. I guess it could though. All right. Basket full. See? Basket empty. I'm gonna set the builder. And because we've got, let me double check, north winds. I believe it's gonna be north all day today. Kind of northwest, so coming from here, I'm gonna dump facing this way. So I'm gonna face the builder to the west, so when it dumps, the basket will kind of shield it. I think that's what makes the most sense. So gotta get the builder going, yeah, just take the builder around, flip a U-ey, face it this way. All right, this pump, this system is only meant to run at 1200 RPM, so we actually kicked it back to 1170 because it was running kind of hot when it was so hot. So PTO, or the engine, is limited to 1170. Turn the PTO on, not that you'll be able to see anything. Hose is moving. Throttle up, 1170. That's PTO running at 570, 590, somewhere in there. Okay, now see, PTO is running. All's good. Now I gotta turn the tromper system on, and then I have to manually raise up this tromper cylinder. It'll latch in those little latches, the hooks. So now the tromper will go up. Now we're ready to go. Oh. This builder's is different. Like, you have to switch a switch to operate this or the gate and wheels. And then this was the switch that raised and lowered the wheels. So what you'd have to do is you'd be tromping here. You'd be tromping, you'd move it. Then you'd have to change this, go down there, open the gate, go in the tractor, raise up the, or no, come back here, raise up the back, go to the tractor, raise up the 3-point, and then pull off. So it required multiple trips in and out, which that makes sense to me. So we bypassed this. We ran hoses. We don't even use this. We ran hoses to the wheels, so the wheels can be operated from the tractor off the hydraulic remote, just like the CMC builder has. And we have the different automatic system, so we just can leave that gate all the way open. The automatic system can still run with that set on wheels, or set on, back gate. So the gate has power all the time. The auto tromper has power all the time. Only time I have to switch it is when I'm doing that, when I'm lowering the tromper for transport or raising it up to start in the new field. So, all right, I'm set. I think I'm sitting pretty level-ish. We'll get this dumped and then we'll see. I see some, I know you can't get it all full, so hopefully we'll find out. It's a good thing that if I can't make it to the end, that means I'm making good cotton. Probably too far to see, and they're already picking up the modules we trumped. We finished that field we finished yesterday. I turned it in last night. Who knows how long it'll take to get them out, but golly, they are Johnny on the spot. I saw a bag in my road I couldn't pick up fast enough. Feed sack. I just made it to the end and my basket alarm's already gone off a couple times. Again, good problem to have. Just gotta decide what's best to do now for how to strip this. Ouch. I swear a bull buggy would be nice, but you guys got any extra helpers that want to work? Sometimes hours. I don't know. My kids, they just gotta get older. And school gets in the way. Change plans. Cotton's good. Thankful for that. I went to make a third round just to see if this basket would be the same, about a full as the second one. I couldn't even get close to where I finished the second one. So Dad just got here. We're gonna put a builder on either end and dump every through. Again, it's a good problem to have, but I'm surprised, but I'll take it. So I'm going to dump this third basket here on this builder, then I'm going to go get him in the pickup. I'm back. Not hard, just took time. Dad's about to go, got the builder set up down there. I'm going to strip these short ends that I didn't get done. That probably will make a basket. I'll dump it, that'll be 4 here, and then we'll just start dumping every through. Hopefully that works out. We took the time to do that. I mean, the cotton has gotten better for the couple rounds I've done, so should stay that way. Or we hope it stays that way. This module is going to be full. I was going to go start stripping, and my crew's not going to be able to come tarp tonight for different reasons. So I guess Dad and I are going to go ahead and tarp these as we go. Be a little slower, but there's a small chance of some showers tomorrow morning. Just as soon as I don't tarp this, it'll rain on it, so we're going to tarp it. Shows, so that'll be interesting, but we had some trouble. Wind, hard to tarp in the wind, crosswind especially, but I wasn't expecting us to tarp, but with Emily not coming, I mean, it makes sense for her not to come. There's a lot going on with the boys at school, UIL competitions, and it was a late night last night, so I get it, but that was fun. But made a big one, pretty big one. A big one that's also pretty. That's what I mean to say. All right, one dump there. What's that make down there? 3, I think. With some cotton for my boys to rake up. We're gonna try this again. Try to, best we can do. Block the wind. Not as big a module, probably. We'll see what happens. Well, I intended to film and I forgot, but that one was good. It's another big one. Dad said, he said mine was, we should have done that other one on mine, and he said, hold my beer, and made one maybe that was bigger, especially on this end. For whatever reason, it was fuller on the end, but stayed on, didn't have to chase it around like we did the other, and stayed on the corners. And so the wind also, I think, has let up a little bit, which helps a ton on that. So, all right, that's 2 down. We're kind of in a rhythm now. Stripping, it's kind of slow getting started because you don't really, not much going on for the first couple of baskets. You're not even tromping it, and then it ramps up. So we're going a little slower because we're stopping a tarp, but don't want to get rained on. We've got 3 down there. He's stripping 4. I'm stripping 5. We're gonna see if 5 is full because the bigger ones are harder to tarp. So we'll see. But I think we'll at least get 4 done today, and maybe call it after that. We'll see what time it is. See these little spots of white? Looks like it's not stripping very clean, but that's volunteer cotton, and it grew great. I've not normally seen volunteer cotton that makes as good as the original cotton, but this did. I normally would cultivate all the ground. I don't remember. I can't remember specifics. I think I ran out of time, and it rained, or I got doing something else. I ran out of time. I don't know. It got big. I'm trying to think, why did it get big? I don't remember. I got delayed to do it to starting, and then once I started, the cotton was pretty good size, and so I just hit the smaller cotton and the stuff that had the weediest. So like Bob's needed it, my parents had the grass, and there by the barn, Grandma's. I guess that's all I did. I don't know, I have to go back and watch and see why I didn't cultivate all. So, the reason I didn't is because I didn't cultivate. I've got this volunteer cotton, which, just leave some seeds there for later. But when I plant wheat on this, once wheat comes up, I'll spray over this with Ally. Ally is a chemical that's really cheap, and it does a decent job of keeping broadleaves up. We still have pretty good luck with it. I hear that it's not very what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't work very good in like constant grains. But because we rotate, broadleaf to that, like from cotton to wheat, it seems to still work for us decently well. But it'll keep the volunteer cotton from coming up, careless weeds, things like that. So it'll work out. I am just surprised by this cotton. It is a lot better than Dad or I both expected. It's I just discounted it always. I thought, there's just not enough bowls on there. And now that we're in it, it's like, man, this may be the best stuff. Or maybe there's some that's even better. Now we're talking. I picked up a special rider. Say, it's me again. Who is this? Isaiah. He has been here visiting the family for the last couple days, and he loves riding the stripper. This is his first time riding it after nap time though, right? Because other times he gets real sleepy. Right. But not today. He's ready to go. He loves farming. He did tell his parents to move out of the city and come back and move here and be with us on the farm. What do you say? Yeah, that would be fun. Say, come on, Dad.
Come on, Dad.
same time, we have the strippers all, or the module builders off kilter. So there's 3 in there now. I've got 4. We got that module tarp, so I'm driving back with 4. Dad's stripping down with 5, and then I'll strip 6 and drive empty again. And we'll call that good for the day, for the night. Just we could do another one, but humidity's climbing just a hair, and I need to get home and help the boys with some UIL academic things that they have this week. So we'll call it after these 4, which is good. Good start. Cotton's good. Glad to see that. I just didn't know what it looked like back here, and it's pleasantly surprising. So I'll take that. So we'll get this module finished and tarped, and then head to the house. It'll end up being not as early as you think, because it's already 6:40. So it'll be between 8 and 9 o'clock, I'm sure, before I get home. But call it early night. So thanks for watching. Glad my buddy got to ride with me